Welcome back once again. I'm doing overtime right here. We have another match of our new speed. Welcome back to the PWC Welcome back to the PWC channel once again. I'm doing overtime today. We have another match here of our speed tournament that just started. It is between Guil and Scary Monsters Over Heaven. So Scary Monsters did miss our draft and we had to wait a little bit for him to pick the team, but now he is doing the match as one of the first guys to do it, so that's very good. Very happy about that. Welcome back to the PWC channel once again. We're doing overtime today. We have another match here between Guil and Scary Monsters Over Heaven. Winners quarterfinals match of our speed tournament. Guil being a representative from last season's Seniors League. Meanwhile, Scary Monsters was competing in the Minors League, and now they are gonna face off for the first time. So let's see what happens. The lead matchup is going quite well for Guil here, which is a little bit annoying, I think, for Scary Monsters, because he does not appear to switch that well into a Scald. But oh well, the Comfy I guess can take it. Let's hope for him that Guil does not pack the Toxic. Oh, and he's got Taunt as well. Alright, as Guil tried to go for a Yawn here, so probably the set is going to be Wish, Protect the Yawn, and Scald. Which can... Oh, and he switches the camera up on a double switch. Wow, was that a prediction by Guil? That was insane. Welp. Yeah, Scary Monsters is gonna pay for that one, because the camera up was really hard to switch into for Guil. Alright, and there we go. This Vikavolt appears to be somewhat physically defensive, if I had to guess. Or this is not a Bandit Rillaboom. Both possible. But Scary Monsters should probably switch out here, because he would have to fear a Bug Buzz right now, which would probably take out the Rillaboom, given Vikavolt's very high special attack stat. It's probably gonna be enough to one-shot a Rillaboom, I would suspect. And yeah, so Guil, apart from that, he has a couple of other options. He could go for a Volt switch, but not likely, because the switches for Scary would probably be either the Swampert or Comfy. Not the Magnezone, honestly, because he's carrying a balloon. Yeah, and this is a free Gliscor here. Pretty free, I would suspect. What else would he do? I don't suspect him to go into Eldegoss here. It's probably gonna be a Gliscor, and then... maybe not. Because the Earthquake obviously now is weakened because of the grassy terrain. Well, let's see what old Guil does here. But I would still suspect him going into Gliscor now. Maybe get up rocks if he has them. Yeah, but it's not as simple just because the grassy terrain is up. Ooh, and he's he's a grassy seed Gliscor now. That's very interesting. So he's gonna be acrobatic just to deal with the Rillaboom. Wow, that's very cool. Wow, these guys are attacking like crazy now. Scary Monsters revealing the Avalanche, which is an ice type move that doubles in base power when you go last in a move, in a round, which obviously is the case most of the time for Swampert. But Gliscor being so fat that he can even take a freaking boosted Avalanche from a Swampert. Huh. Interesting. No, I love this match so far. Very interesting sets. Very surprising plays, like the double switch into camera up by Scary Monsters. Yeah, it's looking okay for Guil now, but it's not won by any means, I think. It's still possible for Scary Monsters to make this back, just because Guil also doesn't really like to deal with this Como, but you would have to assume that the Ditto is scarfed, so it's gonna be able to revenge kill the Como if Manny Bothans here decides to set up. Yeah, yeah, so you would have to consider Guil to be in the lead here quite heavily. Now, he's checking probably for acrobatics, I would suspect, on this Rillaboom. Or he's just gonna U-turn, that's also possible. He still has Vikavolt and Eldegoss. He can now check if Eldegoss is, we'll just waltz this. And now him switching into Vikavolt to me means that he likely saw the acrobatics. Or no, he wouldn't have acrobatics without being a seed Rillaboom. Yeah, alright. That's fine. It's just a physically defensive Vikavolt, which is a pretty good answer to Rillaboom. Not sure if Rillaboom gets Stone Edge, but I don't think so. So it's always gonna be a very decent answer to it. But it gets Toxic now, which probably not the biggest deal in the world. But this Magnezone is a little bit annoying for Guil now that the Gliscor is gone. Just looking at it, he will have to beat it down with repeated hits because pretty much beats the entire team one-on-one, I think, the Magnezone. So that's SMO's best choice right now, the Magnezone. It's his best win con. If he can somehow keep it healthy with the help of grassy terrain. Yeah, Guil is thinking for quite some time here. Now he decides to go into Eldegoss. Now, does Eldegoss get Sleep Powder? I don't know. But it's probably not going to be able to touch Magnezone that well. Apart from putting it to sleep, maybe. Is my guess. Doesn't look to me like a mon that should get Earth Power. Aromatherapy. Alright, so he heals. Now that's the that's Guil's stall player roots coming out. Just always making sure to have a cleric in the team. Now that's huge because that means that Vikavolt, at least with its recovery, it can probably deal with the Magnezone. Yeah, so this is looking, honestly, it's looking very likely that Guil wins this. Because the Rillaboom won't really go anywhere as long as Vikavolt is that healthy. And yeah, it's a little bit. Oh wow, that's strong. Okay, okay. So this is getting a little more uncomfortable now for Guil, but he still has ways to deal with it, in that being Ditto and maybe even Eldegoss, depending on how bulky it is. But that wood hammer, Jesus Christ. Rillaboom is a strong boy. Not even a likely Fizdev Vikavolt, or Vikavolt as Guil likes to pronounce it, is able to take it on. Right, in comes the Tapu Koko. Now let's see. Tapu Koko at least is able to prevent the Grassy Slide from being clicked, so that's something for him. But he can U-turn, or maybe even if he were completely insane, he might be a Bandit Brave Bird set. But yeah, the Tapu Koko is very good for dealing with the Rillaboom, but he doesn't switch into Wood Hammer that easily anymore. So yeah, he could just decide to Volt Switch with the Magnezone here. Now Toxic is probably not the play, honestly, when the opponent has just revealed that he is carrying Aromatherapy. That's not gonna work out too well. He should probably Volt switch into Rillaboom, I would think. Alright, does Guil deal with a Calm Mind Comfy? Honestly, Calm Mind Comfy is looking, if he is dead. What did he reveal? Taunt. Yeah, this is looking pretty annoying. Draining Kiss, straight off the bat. Huh. So yeah, I believe that Calm Mind Comfy just beats the rest of Guild's team. Because he can't really Ditto beat it. Because Ditto is not really good at winning Calm Mind battles. It's better against stuff like Dragon Dance users. All such things. So let's see him be Calm Mind here. That would be probably GG, honestly. Guil should have known better, honestly. He should have brought an Ice Beam on just to freeze it when it sets up. Alright, but him not clicking Calm Mind here makes me think that he's very likely not packing the CM. So Guil is probably crying in relief right now at home. Because that honestly could have been huge trouble. And it still is trouble because he can't really beat it that comfortably, but now at least it can't boost its special defense, which might make it possible for Coco to beat it down. Yeah. It's looking a little bit strange because I feel like these guys both can't. Alright, this Vaporeon was just faster than Magnezone. Welp. That's something. Alright, but now he should get a kill probably with the Wood Hammer, unless this Eldegoss is ridiculously fizz deaf, but I don't expect it to be, honestly. He could even go, maybe, I don't know, the Calcs, but maybe he could go into Ditto, but does that really make sense? I don't think so. He's probably just sacking something here. And then there is still this Como in the back, which isn't really... It is a threat of sorts to Guil, because he doesn't really have... He can only really revenge kill it with Ditto once it has a Dragon Dance up. Doesn't really beat it with a Vaporeon or Eldegoss, or even assuming that it has something to hit the Coco with, which it should. Doesn't really beat it with it either, and Guil decides to sack the Vaporeon, which is a good idea because whenever Vaporeon is in, pretty much Rillaboom comes in, gets a kill. And now he has the option to go into Coco and probably U-turn, and at the very least get rid of this annoying grassy terrain, which boosts the Wood Hammer even further. Just looking at the chat, Guil being shocked that his Vaporeon outsped the Magnezone, which honestly I can't blame him. I think I've never seen... What was that? Was that like especially defensive or something? Maybe. Interesting set. Air Balloon, 0 speed. Interesting. Yeah, so these guys thinking for quite some time, at least one of them is. And probably it is Guil thinking about what to do, but he should go into Eldegoss, and he does. And I believe Eldegoss gets a U-turn, so he could click that here. It also gets Regenerator, so it's still going to be somewhat healthy. And yeah, he can U-turn back into Coco and then probably knock the Rillaboom out with the next U-turn by Coco. I would suspect, at least. But yeah, this damage also confirms that he's not able... Oh, he has Pollen Puff. Interesting. So he does not appear to have U-turn. Not even sure if it gets U-turn. That was just a guess. I really don't know too much about these Gen 8 mons that are such trash, such as Eldegoss. Welp. This Como... Yeah, so at this point it's looking like our minors league man SMO is gonna win this, and I I hate to toot my own horn here, but I predicted SMO as one of my secret picks to make a little bit of an upset in this tournament, because I feel like he was doing quite well, especially in the later stages of last season's minors league, and yeah, he was really holding his own against even the strongest players in the league, and yeah, I was thinking quite highly towards the end of him, and he's proving to be a handful for old Gil here. Yeah, Gil probably not taking this tournament too serious, but still, it's a... Oh, I was singing his praises a little prematurely, it seems. Alright, so he's Trick Room. So if this was just a standard comfy with recovery and even CM, he surely would have won. As Gil decides to switch his Ditto into it in under Trick Room to make sure that... Wait, why is okay, I was just... Wait, what was that? Why did why did SMO just taunt a probably scarfed Ditto? That does not make too much sense to me. But yeah, what the hell? I don't quite get what's happening here. So he does not appear to have any recovery then, which also means that this is a complete stalemate. That's... Now this is all incredibly interesting to me right now. But still, I believe that this Como is likely gonna be what wins the match for SMO here. But now that he's if he is losing Comfy here, that also means that Gil can lock himself into a dragon move if he gets the Ditto in against Como. So that's something to keep in mind, because then it would probably be able to just clean up. Now this is incredibly interesting, this endgame here. Just the fact that this Comfy set is so strange means that a regular Comfy could have won this match for SMO, but this particular set, I'm not too sure if it will. It's gonna come down to Como. Alright, at least he's making the smart choice of going into Rillaboom here. Now that's 100% the play. But still, it's problematic, because let's see if he U-turns here. No, he doesn't. Oof, but he goes for Wood Hammer. Now that's now he can click Poison Jab with Como. Oh, but he goes into Comfy instead, which is interesting. Honestly, why did Gil not click Grassy Slide there? Shouldn't he have odd? Because it was still Trick Room. That makes sense. But still, he could have gone into... He should have gone into Como, because now the Como... yeah, probably. He just clicks Trick Room here, lets the Coco kill him, and then clicks Poison Jab with Como, but I'm still not sure how much that's gonna do. And the Coco does have Roost, so it's not gonna be as simple. It's not gonna be as simple. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough either way. Alright, Gil gets the crit here. Now that's GG. Yeah, that was huge. Because that lives and then clicks Trick Room, then clicks Taunt so that the Coco can't roost. And then he would have killed him with the poison jab. Wow, what an ending. I would have loved to see how much that poison jab does to Coco. Because I'm not crazy, am I? He just clicks Trick Room there, then he's faster than the Coco, clicks Taunt so Coco can't roost up to full, and then he gets a poison jab from 66% or even less if he taunts the Coco upon Coco trying to roost, because then he gets another draining kiss off and gets him into poison jab range for sure, for sure. And yeah, he probably depending on the roll, poison jab roll, just lost the game to a crit. Now that was very interesting. GG guys, long match. It's a Guil match, it's to be expected, but it was very fun. Guys, see you in the next one.